What makes a superhero unforgettable? Is it their powers, their intense battles, or the actors who brought them to life? Today, we're diving into a true classic that kicked off the golden age of superhero cinema, X-Men 2000. When X-Men hit theaters, it didn't just introduce us to a group of mutants, it sparked a revolution, setting the stage for the superhero franchises we know and love today. From Magneto's incredible command over metal to Wolverine's unbreakable claws, the film brought a rich world of mutant powers and complexities to the big screen. And it was the actors who made these characters feel so real, leaving fans hooked and wanting more with every movie. Back in 2000, the world was captivated by the story of humans and mutants struggling to coexist, a struggle that mirrored real-world themes of acceptance and difference. But beyond the plot, it was the X-Men cast that brought these complex characters to life. Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Halle Berry, and so many others added depth to the roles that would go on to shape their careers and make them icons of the genre. For many, it's hard to imagine anyone else as Wolverine, Professor X, or Magneto. This cast didn't just play heroes and villains, they made them unforgettable. Now, over 2 decades later, we're going to revisit each of these talented actors and see how their careers have evolved since that first X-Men film. From Hugh Jackman's last emotional appearance as Wolverine in Logan to Patrick Stewart's return to his Starfleet roots in Star Trek Picard, the journey of each cast member has been full of twists and triumphs. They've continued to break boundaries in Hollywood, taking on roles that showcase their range and cementing their legacy in film and TV. Have they remained true to their mutant roots, or have they branched off into unexpected new paths? Many of these actors have taken on daring and diverse roles, proving that their talent goes far beyond the world of X-Men. Some have become Hollywood's biggest names, while others have explored different passions or taken their careers in new directions. Each journey is unique, showing just how much they've changed since they first stepped into Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. We're also here to explore the enduring influence of X-Men itself. Its impact on the superhero genre has been undeniable, paving the way for modern franchises like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But as groundbreaking as the movie was, it's equally fascinating to see how these original X-Men actors have grown and evolved alongside it. For fans, watching these transformations from their very first appearances to their lives now brings back memories of those early days and showcases just how much they contributed to the evolution of superhero cinema. So, sit back, relax, and join us on a journey through the years as we uncover where the original X-Men stars are now. We'll take a look at how their careers have unfolded, what new roles they've taken on, and how their lives have changed since they brought the mutant world to life. Whether they're still lighting up the screen or have chosen different paths, these actors remain legendary to fans worldwide. Are you ready to dive into the world of mutants then and now? Let's jump in and rediscover the stars who first made X-Men a cinematic phenomenon. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Let's kick things off with the one and only Hugh Jackman, whose portrayal of Wolverine redefined what a superhero could be. When X-Men first hit theaters in 2000, Jackman was a relatively unknown actor from Australia, stepping into a role that would transform his career and the superhero genre forever. With his signature growl, intense gaze, and unbreakable claws, Jackman captured the essence of Wolverine's complex and conflicted nature, making him a character that audiences rooted for time and time again. Jackman's dedication to the role, from mastering Wolverine's gruff, stoic personality to the intense physical transformation, set a high bar for superhero performances that still stands today. Jackman didn't just play Wolverine, he embodied him in every sense. His commitment to the role saw him train rigorously for each movie, sculpting his physique to bring Wolverine's raw power and ferocity to life on screen. Jackman reprised the role multiple times over nearly 2 decades, becoming one of the few actors to portray a single character for so long. He made Wolverine's journey his own, guiding the character through numerous films in the X-Men series. And then, in 2017's Logan, Jackman brought his portrayal of Wolverine to a poignant and powerful end, giving fans an emotional farewell to the character who had become a cinematic icon. Beyond X-Men, Jackman's career has only flourished, showcasing his range as an actor in musicals, dramas, and thrillers. He mesmerized audiences in Les Miserables as Jean Valjean, earning an Academy Award nomination, and took on a completely different persona in The Greatest Showman, where he played the charming and visionary P.T. Barnum. Jackman's ability to switch from a rugged mutant to a charismatic showman highlights the incredible versatility that has kept him at the top of Hollywood's A-list. Despite his diverse roles, Hugh Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine remains unmatched. The character became so entwined with Jackman's identity that fans worldwide struggled to imagine anyone else playing Wolverine. Jackman himself has acknowledged the impact the role had on his life and career, calling it a defining part of his journey as an actor. His performance left an indelible mark on superhero cinema, inspiring countless fans and actors alike. To this day, Jackman's Wolverine is seen as one of the most iconic superhero portrayals, his legacy firmly rooted in film history. Now, even as Jackman continues to explore new projects and characters, his time as Wolverine remains close to fans' hearts. The character of Wolverine was more than just a role. It was a cultural moment, one that captured the raw emotions, the pain, and the humanity of a superhero like few others have. Though Jackman has said goodbye to the character, his portrayal lives on, reminding us of the enduring power of a character brought to life by an actor who gave it his all. Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Xavier Pugh. Casting choices have felt as right as Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Xavier, the wise, compassionate leader of the X-Men. Known for his commanding presence as Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek, Stewart was already a beloved figure when he took on the role of Professor X. But his portrayal of Charles Xavier transcended expectations, bringing a profound sense of depth, intelligence, and calm to the character. As Professor X, Stewart conveyed the moral weight of leading a team of mutants who often found themselves at odds with the world, turning Xavier into an iconic mentor figure that audiences couldn't help but admire. Stewart's ability to embody Professor X's quiet strength and unwavering belief in peace set a high standard for superhero leaders on screen. His performance gave viewers a unique look at a leader who, despite his immense power, relied on wisdom and understanding to guide his students. Stewart brought a sense of calm authority to the role, portraying Xavier as both a father figure to the young mutants and a staunch defender of coexistence between humans and mutants. This complex character, struggling to balance ideals and reality, became one of the most memorable aspects of the X-Men series. And Stewart's portrayal cemented Professor X's legacy in cinematic history. As the X-Men franchise continued, Stewart reprised his role in numerous sequels, building Xavier's arc with each installment. His portrayal showcased Xavier's vulnerability, particularly in his dynamic with Wolverine and his confrontations with Magneto, his oldest friend and greatest rival. Stewart's role reached a moving climax in Logan, where an aging Professor X shared a heart-wrenching storyline with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. This portrayal of a weakened but still deeply caring Xavier highlighted Stewart's range as an actor, creating an emotional depth that left a lasting impact on fans and critics alike. Outside of X-Men, Stewart has continued to leave his mark on film and television, returning to his Star Trek roots in Star Trek: Picard, where he once again took on the role of Captain Picard. His work across genres and franchises has showcased his versatility, earning him a place among the most respected actors of his generation. Stewart's ability to effortlessly move between the worlds of science fiction and superhero drama has made him a legendary figure, and his career continues to inspire fans around the world. For X-Men fans, however, Stewart will always be the definitive Professor X. His portrayal brought an unmatched gravitas to the role, making Charles Xavier a symbol of hope, resilience, and compassion. His performance continues to resonate with audiences as his Professor X embodied the best qualities of a leader and a mentor, standing as a beacon for those who feel different or outcast. Patrick Stewart's portrayal of Professor X helped shape the superhero genre, reminding us all of the importance of empathy and understanding in a world often marked by division. As Patrick Stewart continues to take on new roles and revisit beloved characters, his legacy as Professor X remains an integral part of his career. For X-Men fans, he is and always will be the heart and soul of the mutant team. a character whose influence endures long after the credits roll. Ian McKellen as Magneto. Ian McKellen's portrayal of Magneto added layers of depth to one of the most complex antagonists in comic book history. As the powerful mutant determined to protect his kind, Magneto's character was both a visionary and a threat, embodying the struggle for survival in a world that feared and oppressed mutants. McKellen infused Magneto with a perfect blend of dignity, menace, and vulnerability, turning him into a character who was far more than just a villain. He was a compelling figure with a tragic past, whose ideals often rivaled those of the heroes themselves. McKellen's nuanced performance made Magneto one of cinema's most memorable and multidimensional antagonists. McKellen's take on Magneto offered audiences a layered portrayal of a man whose traumatic experiences had shaped him. Surviving the Holocaust, Magneto's character was driven by a desire to prevent his people, mutants, from facing the same fate. McKellen conveyed this pain and anger with elegance, making Magneto a character viewers could empathize with, even as they watched him go head-to-head with his old friend, Professor X. His ability to portray Magneto's internal conflict between his ideals and actions gave the character a sense of realism, transforming him from a classic villain into a figure of tragic heroism. Beyond the X-Men franchise, McKellen's career continued to flourish. Known for his role as Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies, he is celebrated for his ability to bring wisdom and gravitas to iconic roles. This combination of roles across both fantasy and superhero genres cemented his status as a cinematic legend. His close friendship with Patrick Stewart added to the X-Men film's dynamic as they portrayed opposite sides of the mutant struggle. Off-screen, the two remained close, often reuniting for theatrical performances and public appearances, their camaraderie a testament to the lasting impact of their time together on X-Men. McKellen's dedication to his craft and his nuanced understanding of Magneto's motives made his portrayal truly iconic. His version of Magneto was one who believed that protecting his kind required strength and resilience, even if it meant taking extreme measures. This layered performance gave audiences a character they could not simply love or hate, but instead one who made them question the cost of survival and loyalty to one's own. The chemistry between McKellen and Stewart added a powerful layer to the X-Men films, creating a relationship that drove the story forward and added emotional complexity to every interaction between Magneto and Professor X. In the years since X-Men, McKellen has continued to appear on stage and screen, becoming a beloved figure both in and out of character. His contributions to the industry and advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights have made him a respected figure worldwide, and he remains active in film and theater. While he's taken on many celebrated roles, his performance as Magneto endures as a career-defining moment, inspiring countless fans and actors alike. As one of the most respected actors in the industry, Ian McKellen's portrayal of Magneto is nothing short of legendary. His take on the character challenged the boundaries of what a villain could be, showing that even the bad guy could have a heart and a mission worth understanding. For fans of X-Men, McKellen's Magneto remains as captivating as ever, a powerful reminder that sometimes the line between hero and villain isn't as clear as it seems. Before we continue, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a Celebrities Paradise update. If you're loving this X-Men cast journey, give us a thumbs up and drop a comment with your favorite character. Now, back to the action. Halle Berry as Storm. Halle Berry's portrayal of Storm introduced audiences to a superhero who commanded both the elements and the screen with grace and strength. As one of the earliest portrayals of a black female superhero in a major film franchise, Berry brought an important, empowering presence to the X-Men universe. Known for her Academy Award-winning role in Monsters Ball, Berry was already a celebrated actress, but her role as Aurora Monroe, also known as Storm, opened the door for women of color to step into the superhero spotlight. With her silver white hair, commanding gaze, and the ability to summon lightning and control the weather, Berry Storm became a beloved figure in the franchise, blending elegance with raw power. Berry's portrayal of Storm was as much about her physical presence as it was about her character's internal strength. As the X-Men's weather-controlling powerhouse, she was a key member of the team and often represented a calm, yet fiercely protective force within the group. While some fans wished for even more depth in her character's storyline, Barry Storm stood out as a dignified, capable hero whose powers were as awe-inspiring as her unwavering loyalty to Professor X and the mutant cause. Barry imbued the role with an intensity that brought Storm's powers to life, showing her character as both compassionate and formidable. Throughout the X-Men series, Barry reprised her role in multiple sequels, each time adding further nuance to Storm's character. Although the films did not always give Storm the extensive screen time she deserved, Barry's performances consistently portrayed her as a steadfast and resilient leader. Her role helped pave the way for other female superheroes and opened doors for more diverse representation within the genre. Storm's character became symbolic not only of her powers, but also of her strength in the face of adversity, both on and off the battlefield. Outside of the X-Men franchise, Barry has continued to excel in her career, taking on both challenging and diverse roles that highlight her versatility. In recent years, she expanded her talents by stepping into the director's chair with her debut film, Bruised, a gritty sports drama in which she also starred. Barry's move to directing marked a new chapter in her career, showing her commitment to exploring new facets of storytelling and creating space for strong, complex female characters on screen. As an actress and now director, Barry remains a powerful figure in Hollywood. For many fans, however, Halle Berry will always be remembered for her turn as Storm, a role that showcased her in a completely new light and brought an iconic comic book character to life. Barry Storm is more than just a hero. She represents a pivotal step forward in superhero cinema, especially for women of color, and her role remains a touchstone for those who admire her strength, beauty, and power. She turned Storm into a character that young audiences could look up to, proving that superheroism knows no bounds. While Barry's career has continued to evolve, her portrayal of Storm endures as one of her most defining roles. She may have moved on to new projects, but her legacy as the fierce, electrifying, and unforgettable Storm lives on in the hearts of fans who saw her bring that legendary character to life. Famke Janssen as Jean Grey. Famke Janssen's portrayal of Jean Grey is often regarded as one of the most emotionally complex and iconic performances in the X-Men franchise. As one of the original members of the team, Jean's powers as a telepath and telekinetic were immense, but it was her inner struggles, her vulnerability, her moral compass, and the challenges of controlling her powers that truly made her stand out. Janssen brought depth to the character, portraying Jean as both a fierce and empathetic leader, torn between her loyalty to the X-Men and the terrifying power that resided within her. Her role was central to the emotional backbone of the X-Men series, as Jean's journey highlighted themes of self-discovery, sacrifice, and the balance of power and responsibility. One of the most pivotal aspects of Jean Grey's arc in the X-Men films was her transformation into the Phoenix. Janssen's performance as the Phoenix, a manifestation of Jean's overwhelming and uncontrollable power, showcased her range as an actress, giving fans a glimpse of Jean's darker side. This transformation was one of the franchise's most dramatic plot lines, with Jean grappling with her own identity and the destructive potential of the Phoenix Force. Janssen's ability to play both the compassionate, empathetic Jean and the powerful, chaotic Phoenix allowed the character to transcend the usual superhero tropes, making Jean one of the most tragic and multifaceted figures in the X-Men universe. Beyond her role as Jean Grey, Famke Janssen's career continued to flourish after X-Men. She starred in the highly successful Taken trilogy, where she played the tough and devoted mother of Liam Neeson's character, showcasing a different side of her acting abilities. Additionally, she had a notable role in the Netflix horror series Hemlock Grove, where her performances once again displayed her versatility. Janssen's post-X-Men career spanned across genres, demonstrating her wide range of acting talent. While her portrayal of Jean Grey remains a fan favorite, her ability to seamlessly shift between genres has made her a respected figure in Hollywood. Despite being recast in later X-Men films, Famke Janssen's version of Jean Grey remains the most memorable for many fans, who still consider her the definitive portrayal of the character. Her take on Jean's internal conflicts, her vulnerability, and her transformation into the Phoenix left an indelible mark on the X-Men series, making her one of the most beloved and respected figures in the franchise. Janssen's ability to balance the powerful with the human side of Jean made her portrayal stand out, and it is still celebrated by fans who fondly remember her as the soul of the original X-Men films. Through her work in the X-Men franchise and beyond, Famke Janssen cemented her place as one of the most versatile actresses of her generation. While her portrayal of Jean Grey may be behind her, it remains one of the defining roles in her career, one that continues to resonate with audiences and ensures her place in superhero movie history. James Marsden as Cyclops. James Marsden's portrayal of Scott Summers, or Cyclops, brought a sense of earnestness and responsibility to the X-Men films that made the character stand out, even amidst a cast of powerful and sometimes more colorful personalities. Cyclops, as the field leader of the X-Men, was the moral compass of the team, always trying to do the right thing, even when his decisions caused tension within the group. Marsden imbued Cyclops with sincerity and determination, making him a reliable figure, though one often struggling with the weight of leadership and the burden of his powerful optic blast. His portrayal of Cyclops showcased a hero who was steadfast in his mission to protect mutant kind, but also a character who had personal stakes, especially in his complicated, sometimes strained relationship with Jean Grey. One of the defining aspects of Marsden's Cyclops was his dynamic with Wolverine, who was a more rebellious and impulsive character. The tension between Cyclops and Wolverine over Jean Grey created one of the franchise's most iconic love triangles, adding emotional depth to the team's conflicts. While Cyclops wasn't always the most exciting or flashy character compared to the likes of Wolverine or Magneto, Marsden's portrayal made him relatable and grounded. His sense of duty and loyalty to his friends, despite the challenges and betrayals, earned him a dedicated fanbase. Cyclops' struggles to balance his love for Jean with his responsibilities as the leader made him one of the most complex and sympathetic characters in the X-Men films. Though Cyclops didn't always receive as much screen time as some of the other major characters, Marsden's ability to make the most of his moments was a testament to his skill as an actor. His understated performance helped elevate Cyclops into a crucial part of the X-Men franchise. After his time in the X-Men films, James Marsden went on to carve out a successful career, showcasing his range in a variety of roles. He became known for his charming performance in Enchanted as the charming but naive Prince Edward, proving his comedic chops. Marsden also found success in the Sonic the Hedgehog films, where he played the everyman sidekick to the iconic video game character. He later starred in the popular HBO series Westworld, further solidifying his versatility as an actor. Despite the wide range of roles he has taken on, fans continue to remember James Marsden fondly as the steadfast and honorable Cyclops. His portrayal of Scott Summers remains a defining part of his career, and his performance in the X-Men films is often cited as a highlight of the franchise. While Marsden's character didn't always get the attention he deserved, his grounded and sincere take on Cyclops made him an integral part of the X-Men team. It's clear that his role as Cyclops has had a lasting impact and continues to be celebrated by fans who appreciated his loyalty, bravery, and the emotional depth he brought to the character. Rebecca Romijn as Mystique. Rebecca Romijn's portrayal of Mystique in the X-Men franchise was nothing short of transformative. As the shape-shifting mutant, Romijn brought an incredible mix of danger, intelligence, and complexity to the character, creating a memorable villain and, at times, a fascinating anti-hero. Mystique's ability to change her appearance at will made her one of the most unpredictable and formidable characters in the X-Men universe. What set Romijn's portrayal apart was her ability to balance the character's ruthless, often menacing side with moments of vulnerability and cunning, making Mystique not just a villain, but a character who operated on her own moral code. One of the most remarkable aspects of Romijn's portrayal was her physical transformation into Mystique. Covered in intricate blue makeup and scales, she underwent a lengthy and grueling process for each scene. The makeup, which took hours to apply, was a true testament to her commitment to the role, and it set a new standard for the physical demands of superhero performances. Romijn's dedication to embodying Mystique's dangerous yet enigmatic presence was evident in every scene, as she fully immersed herself in the character, bringing her to life in a way that was both captivating and chilling. The role was not just about physical appearance. Romine also brought a certain elegance to Mystique, showcasing her intelligence and ability to manipulate those around her with calculated precision. After her iconic turn as Mystique in X-Men and its sequels, Rebecca Romine continued to find success in both film and television. She starred in the TNT series The Librarians, where she played a tough and resourceful character, continuing to demonstrate her range as an actress. Romine also appeared in films such as Rollerball and The Punisher, further solidifying her status as an action star. While she transitioned into more comedic and dramatic roles over time, Mystique remained one of her most iconic roles, leaving a lasting impression on fans of the X-Men franchise. Although Mystique was later recast with Jennifer Lawrence for the prequel trilogy, Romine's portrayal remains iconic for many fans of the original X-Men films. Her version of the character, with its blend of mystery, power, and vulnerability, set the stage for what would become one of the franchise's most complex figures. Even as the younger version of Mystique was reimagined in later films, Rebecca Romine's original portrayal still holds a special place in the hearts of fans, and her work in the role continues to be celebrated as one of the standout performances of the X-Men series. Anna Paquin as Rogue. Anna Paquin's portrayal of Rogue in X-Men is widely regarded as one of the most memorable performances in the film. Rogue, a young mutant with the ability to absorb the powers, memories, and life force of anyone she touches, was a character marked by both strength and vulnerability. Paquin captured the essence of this internal struggle perfectly. Her portrayal of a teenage girl grappling with the weight of her powers, which forced her into isolation, resonated with audiences. The character's journey in the first film of the series, from a scared and confused mutant to a determined member of the X-Men, became one of the emotional anchors of the movie. Paquin brought a mix of sweetness and sadness to the role, making Rogue's dilemma both heartbreaking and relatable. The complexity of her powers gave Paquin a chance to show a wide range of emotions, from the tragic loneliness of not being able to touch another person to the strength it took to overcome her fears and join the fight for good. As Rogue's journey continued in the X-Men sequels, Paquin's portrayal matured, capturing the growth and empowerment that the character experienced. She became more confident and capable. Though still haunted by her past experiences, Paquin's chemistry with her co-stars, particularly Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, helped develop Rogue into one of the franchise's central characters, adding heart and humanity to the team. After X-Men, Paquin's career skyrocketed, and she became widely known for her role in the HBO series True Blood, where she played Sookie Stackhouse, a telepathic waitress in a world filled with vampires, werewolves, and other supernatural beings. Paquin's portrayal of Sookie was another fan favorite, earning her several accolades. While she's gone on to explore diverse roles in film and TV, X-Men remains one of her most iconic performances. Her portrayal of Rogue continues to hold a special place in fans' hearts, with many still fondly remembering her as the young mutant who struggled with her powers but found strength in her newfound family with the X-Men. Her evolution as Rogue left a lasting impact on the X-Men franchise, and her character's journey remains one of the most poignant in the series. Aaron Stanford as Pyro. Aaron Stanford's portrayal of Pyro in the X-Men series added a fascinating layer of complexity to the franchise. Pyro, whose real name is John Allardyce, is a mutant with the ability to control and manipulate fire. From the moment Stanford appeared on screen, he brought a fiery intensity to the role that was perfect for the character, who was a volatile combination of youth, rebellion, and emerging power. Pyro's journey was one of transformation. Initially appearing as a member of the X-Men in X2, X-Men United, he soon became a more conflicted figure, torn between the idealistic teachings of Professor Xavier and the more radical revolutionary vision offered by Magneto. Stanford's portrayal of Pyro effectively captured this internal struggle, showcasing a character who was grappling with his identity and what it meant to be a mutant in a world that rejected him. In X2, Pyro started off as a rebellious but somewhat sympathetic character, one who was frustrated with the world and sought answers through the X-Men's philosophy of peace. However, his eventual shift toward Magneto's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants in X-Men: The Last Stand added depth to the character, showcasing his vulnerability and desire for power and control. Stanford's performance as a character who was constantly on the edge, balancing between heroism and villainy, made Pyro one of the more interesting characters in the X-Men universe. His transformation from a promising young mutant with noble intentions into someone who sought to use his abilities to dominate was both tragic and compelling. After his time with the X-Men franchise, Aaron Stanford continued his acting career with great success. He starred in the TV series Nikita, playing the role of Burkhoff, a hacker with a sharp wit and complex moral compass. His work on Nikita was well received, further cementing his ability to play layered characters. He later went on to star in 12 Monkeys, another hit TV series, where he portrayed James Cole, a time-traveling hero on a mission to stop the apocalypse. Despite moving on to other roles, fans still remember Stanford as Pyro, especially for his ability to make a character as volatile and unpredictable as Pyro feel real and relatable. His portrayal remains a standout in the X-Men series, leaving a lasting impression on audiences and adding a dynamic edge to the team of mutants. Thank you for joining us on this journey back to the world of mutants with the cast of X-Men 2000. From Wolverine's grit to Professor X's wisdom, these characters weren't just superheroes. They were inspirations, each with their own unique strengths, flaws, and unforgettable stories. Watching them grow and change, both on-screen and in their careers, shows just how powerful this franchise has been over the years. If you love this trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update from Celebrities Paradise. Let us know in the comments who was your favorite X-Men character and which actor's transformation surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more cast reunions, transformations, and Hollywood nostalgia.